Welcome back, Star Wars fans, to episode 55 of Reynolds Reviews, and on today's episode, my patience finally ran out. Cue the march. Welcome back, everybody. Now, like I said in the intro, my patience has finally run out, and what I mean by that is I finally started picking up a line that I've been threatening to pick up for the last few years, but been holding off and waiting in desperate hope that this particular line is reissued. Now, we've had a lot of reissues over the last few years. We've had Retro Collection Star Wars, we've had G.I. Joe, we've had He-Man, even G1 Transformers, and this line just hasn't made it yet, and my patience finally ran out. So if you follow my videos and follow my channel, you've probably got a good idea of what line I'm talking about, but if you're new to the channel and not familiar with this, don't worry, because we're about to go take a look.
To slow you down.
And there we go, everyone. So I'm sure most of you already guessed it before the intro, but I am now collecting or recollecting Mask. Now, this is a line that I had when I was a kid. I absolutely loved it. I've been holding off buying it, but like I said, my patience has run out and I've now picked a couple up. So the first one I picked up was Piranha. Really happy that this is complete. They're not always easy to get complete now. I managed to get Piranha complete. Paid a little bit more than what I wanted to pay for it, but the fact that I got the box with it as well, I just thought, you know what, I'll do this. But look at that. I mean, let's just take a look at the box. I mean, the box is in actually really great shape. There is obviously a little bit of sellotape on it. It's a little bit dog-eared here and there, but nice and strong. A little bit of marker pen or biro or something. Someone's been writing on it, but look at that. Now, I don't remember Zodiac. I don't know where that's from, but $6.99. I mean, wow, if we could only get these for $6.99 now. But yeah, the box is actually in great shape. I loved these boxes as a kid, nice and bright, really good illustrations. I always wanted a window on them though, so I could see what was inside, but yeah, love that. Okay, so this is Piranha with Slyrax and Stiletto mask. So let's just take a look at Slyrax in his mask. So we'll take that off first. There he is. So this line was really focused on the vehicles. That was the focus of the line, which is why the figures are actually smaller than the famous 3 3/4 inch. These are actually smaller than that. Now, I actually think Mask could have got away with doing 3 3/4 inch. Although the vehicles would have had to be bigger, I think it's a line that could have got away with 3 3/4 inch. But they were smaller because, like I say, the vehicles had to be a bit smaller just so they could do them to a certain scale. I think they were just worried about the size of them. But let's just take a look at Piranha. Now, straight away when I took this out of the box, obviously I've not held one of these in my hands for a lot of years. And I remember the first thing, the minute I picked it up, was thinking, it's really rickety. Feels like it's going to break, and it does. But let's just take a quick look around it. So all the decals, original decals, are all still there. I'm really pleased this is complete. Often the windscreen on the bike is broken off, and the two clips that hold the sidecar on are usually broken as well. So I was really happy to get this complete. That just comes down, he says. There we go. So that comes down. So Slyrax can go in the sidecar as well. But yeah, love this. So it's a good starting point, this, because it's one of the small vehicles, a bit like Condor for the good guys. And of course, Slyrax used to ride around on this, and when he got to any water, he would shoot off the sidecar and it would turn into like a boat. Now, you can do it. I'm going to put my hand in front of it because I don't actually know how lively this will be, but let's just see if we can do it. Oh, there we go. So the sidecar comes off, turns into like a little submarine or a boat. The guns come out of the front, the little wings come out down the side. And there we go. So yeah, so I've got to admit, I mean, especially the bike and the windscreen, even though that's attached and it's all intact, it does feel rickety. It does feel like it just, the slightest sort of bit of force on it and it will break it. Oh God, Look, you see, trying to be delicate with it, then he dropped it there. That could have been a disaster, couldn't it? So, yeah, so, I mean, it's a fantastic piece, don't get me wrong, it's really nostalgic. Slightly smaller than I remember, I don't know if that's just because I was a kid or, you know, now being an adult, just your sort of memory, I remember them being slightly bigger, but, yeah, but it's a great piece, I'm really happy with it, all original, so let's pick Slyrax back up and his stiletto mask. So yeah, so the first one was Piranha. I did pick up another one though, so let's go take a look at that. There we go. So the second one of my favourites as a kid, is Jackhammer with Cliff Dagger and Torch Mask. Now, I had a piece of luck with this. I got this for a really good price, but it was listed as incomplete. And the piece that it said it was missing was when the car transforms, this little anti-aircraft gun was meant to be missing. And when I got it and took it out of the packaging, I could hear a rattle. And after a bit of investigation, I found that somehow this gun had found its way inside the Jeep and underneath the back of the Jeep and into where the wheels are, sat underneath the car, inside the vehicle, but where the wheels are. And I could just hear this rattle, and then after further investigation, this was jammed underneath the wheels. So the owner had obviously not realised that's where it ended up, listed it as incomplete, that this was missing. And then when I got it, I found it inside the truck, so really happy. So anyway, Jackhammer, one of my favourites. I thought the transformation was great. Cliff Dagger, who's always one of my favourite characters, even though he was a bit of a dimwit, I think. He was always the butt of the jokes when it came to the Venom guys, but I just liked him as a character. I thought his mask was really cool as well, because it was dead basic, you know, just mouth and eyes cut out. I always liked it, so yeah, so the second one was Jackhammer and Cliff Dagger. Now let's try and transform his truck without making too much of a mess of it on camera. So you would press the back and that should pop up. There we go. So that comes out. Cliff Dagger sits in there. And that, the piece that I was supposedly missing, if I can find the bit where it goes in. There we go. That sits in there. And the bonnet comes up. Hopefully. Can we do it? There we go. Cliff Dagger sits in the back. And as you push it, the guns at the front pop out. There we go. So, can we take a closer look at this without me dropping it? So I always thought this was the coolest vehicle, and it had the coolest transformation and the coolest functions. I don't know if it was just black. I always like the bad guys. I like the bad guys more in Star Wars as well. I always thought the bad guys were cooler and had cooler vehicles. There we go. Love it. So yeah, this was one of my favourites. So I was really pleased with this, and like I say, I had a nice touch of luck because I bought this as incomplete, and because of that I got it for a good price, and then as it happens, the piece that was supposedly missing I found inside. So really pleased with this one. And what I find is, strangely, I've said before, when it comes to my collecting, I go through phases and I get sort of almost cravings for other toy lines, and I think because I'm so focused on Star Wars at times, I forget that I love other lines. And the good thing about this is now, because I've picked up a couple, that'll kind of satisfy me for a while. And I'll jump back to Star Wars and feel happy that I've made a start. And I think this is the thing with myself sometimes. I've done it with Transformers. Tez got me back into Transformers, and I got a handful of those, and it just sort of settles me down for a while. And then I can get back to Star Wars and concentrate on that again. So the fact I've got a couple now will just settle me down. I'll jump back into Star Wars for a bit, because Star Wars can get stressful at times, you know, once you get to a certain level where I am now, trying to pick certain things up, it's not easy, and it's time consuming, and it's money, and sometimes it's just nice to jump into something else for a while and just take the pressure off. So yeah, so we've got a couple of mask pieces now. I'm pretty sure I've got a Condor in storage somewhere as well, but I think it's missing a windscreen, but I'm sure he's got Brad Turner with it, so I'll have to try and dig that out. But yeah, I'll find a place for these now. It'll settle me back down. I'll relax now for a little bit and jump back into Star Wars. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that, everybody. Please leave a like and subscribe. It really does help the channel. Hit that bell notification so you never miss a video. Leave any comments or questions in the comment section below. I do enjoy reading everyone's comments and getting back to everybody. And as always, keep collecting. I'll see you next time. We've had quite a few